good evening and welcome to your very own BYJU'S 9th and 10th grade channel. I'm your teacher Aishwarya and I welcome you to today's class where we are going to be having a Menti quiz on the chapter Heredity. Now, of course, we have just finished the one shot of this particular chapter. So if you have not checked out the one shot, the link is available in the comments of this video. You can go ahead and watch the one shot video. Now, as you know, today is going to be a very quick and easy Menti quiz wherein we'll quickly recall the concepts that we have studied. So I hope that I am audible, I am visible, and very quickly whatever I'm writing on the screen, right, is visible to all of you. If you can give me a quick thumbs up and let me know that we are good to go. So good evening Divyanshu, Comfy Studies, Neha, I can see Sakshi, I can see somebody whose name is LOL. Now please tell me your name. I don't want to, go ahead and call you lol or anything of that sort, right? So please do tell me your name. Good evening, everybody. Hello, Sabina, Swati, Jyoti. I can see Aisha's here, Sudha, Vedika, Dumpling, Shreya. Okay, ma'am, it's Sid. Okay, thank you, Sid. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, good evening everyone, good evening. So as you all know, today's class is going to be a Menti quiz, right? So the Menti code is there in the comments of this video. So very quickly, I will write this down as well, 757038037. So very quickly, all of you go to www.menti.com, type in the code and we shall get started. Now see, I know today is India's match and everybody's also side by side watching the match. Now be honest with me, how many of you are streaming the match side by side? You can let me know the score also. It's okay, right? India's bowling right now. I know many of you are very excited. Virat Kohli had a beautiful game that he did, right? I was also watching a little bit. Okay, ma'am, not me. Oh, many of you are not watching. Many of you are watching. It's okay if you're watching or you're not watching. Today's semi-finals and we have to watch. Most importantly, I would like to tell you that my voice is back, right? So you can hear the enthusiasm in my voice. And finally, it is all good and back. And hopefully, fingers crossed that it remains this way, right? So very quickly, students, let's get started. Now, please don't mind if I'm looking in the opposite direction. My comments are on this side, right? Yes, thank you so much. Ma'am, 2 wicket ho gaya? Theek hai. But play Menti seriously. Don't take it lightly. Because today we are not here to just... See, let me tell you, this chapter is a very simple chapter. How much ever complicated it sounds and feels like, it's a very easy chapter. So today all we need to focus on is applying the knowledge that we already know. And in the meanwhile, as you all know, right? Please don't mind, I'm getting used to the smart board a little bit. So... please don't mind, I'm getting used to it a little bit. Yes. Very, very important information for all of you. As you all know, we have slowly started, at least for science and math, we have finished off your syllabus. Now we are going to start officially solving papers, right? Now tomorrow, of course, we are going to be solving SST papers. Now I know syllabus-wise, it is not fully covered. Yes, I know we will cover it fully, don't worry. But nonetheless, we will start solving it. Yes. So as you all know, we will be doing SST paper tomorrow, followed by which you will have math standard paper on 18th, science paper followed by math basic, then last but not the least you have English. Now please remember that all these classes where we will solve sample papers, classes are going to be long and it will start from 6 p.m. right? So mark these dates, please take a screenshot. This right here is going to be important. Ma'am, I've got pre-board starting from 20th. Do you have science, Aditya? I hope you don't have science. I hope you have science on 21st so that the sample paper solving will help you out. 3 to 4 hours is what I'm expecting. We don't want to take longer because I know your first set of pre-boards that are there are going to happen. Math, then all the best. Then I know that on 18th it's definitely going to help you all out, right? Awesome. So now, of course, everybody, I will give you 2 more minutes. Very quickly, go ahead, type in the code and join. Now I see many of you are here, many more are yet to join. So in the meanwhile, as you all join the class, right, and you join the Menti quiz, hit the like button on the video and don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the channel as well. Should we color the diagrams? No, you don't need to color diagrams. Do a rough, neat diagram, more than enough. All the best, Ashvi, for your exams. Hope I got your name right now at least, and I hope I didn't mess it up. All the best for your pre-boards. Many of you are having pre-boards, I know. First set of pre-boards are coming your way. We are going to keep prepping you, right? We will keep prepping you, of course. I know more than one pre-boards are happening, which is why if not this pre-board, aram se, right? We will make sure that we prep you for the next set of pre-boards. Okay, my pre-boards have not started. Yeah, I know, see pre-boards. Mainly, most of you will have one pre-board which will be common, that will happen in Jan. See, 1-2 pre-boards here and there, either udhar it will be, but one in December, Jan, for sure it will happen, right? Okay, jaldi, yes, I will start, Shreya. Let's not hurry. Let's quickly wait for our friends to join. The code is, oops, please don't mind. Code right here, let me go back, is going to be 57038037. My name is Aishwarya. I also teach you biology and I teach you geography. I help you out with geography and economics, right? Thank you, Anish. Thank you so much. See, students, all of you who are having your examinations, your pre-boards, right? All the very best. Yes, Neha, Gulshan, all of you pay attention in class. Okay, so let's get started. Today we have 15 questions. Okay, we are going to have 15 questions, and first 5 are very direct and easy. Second 5 are slightly tough. Last 5 are going to be numerical based, right? Which means that you will have a little bit of solving to do. So please make sure you have your pen, pencil, whatever you need, a little bit of solving to do. And trust me, it's going to be easy. First and foremost, this mental notion, right? This mental notion that heredity is a tough chapter, I want you to get rid of it. Everything is in the mind, right? All of it is going to be in the mind when you think that something is going to be tough. So let's get rid of the mindset that heredity is a tough chapter and I cannot crack it. Forget about it. Keep it outside this session. Tell yourself you are pros at this chapter and we will get started. Okay? Awesome. Question number 1, everybody. So let's have a look at the first question. It is loading, but it will come. Oops. 1 minute. Let me go back. Question number 1. Awesome. Question number 1 on your screen, right? Okay. Mixing of genetic material takes place when or where? During vegetative reproduction, sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, or budding? Easy peasy question. I think I should stand on this side. Don't worry, Rupinder. Don't worry. I know. But we will do it. We will explain the questions in detail. Yes, Priya. Hello. This is easy. Very good, all of you. Very good. So when we talk about mixing, right? So when there is mixing or slight exchange of genetic material that takes place, that normally happens in sexual reproduction, as a result of which we observe that during sexual reproduction there are more variations, right? Or changes that we observe. Now, as you go into your higher grades in 11th and 12th, when you actually learn the detailed process of meiosis, you will understand that there will be a process called as crossing over that takes place, right? So that right here is something you will learn about meiosis when you go to your higher grades. But when you simply put it in easy words, it's mixing of genetic material that we observe in sexual reproduction. Easy peasy question. Now we will move on. I know you don't need too much of explanation for this question because you are clear. So we will move on to the next question, right? So you have 4 statements given to you from which you need to select the statements that describe the characteristic of a gene. Now I had done a very similar shot, but this right here is going to be slightly different, right? Genes are specific sequences of bases in a DNA molecule. A gene does not code for proteins. An individual of a given species has a specific gene located on a particular chromosome. One chromosome has only one gene. Easy peasy question, right? We know the answer to this. I'm going to quickly keep it on my phone because the options will disappear. Okay, everybody has voted and let's see what everyone has to say. Very good, all of you. Very, very good. Many of you have got the answer correctly, right? 1 and 3. Yes, very good. So now in this particular case, what do we understand? See, what was statement number 1? Statement number 1 says that gene are a specific sequence of bases. So when you talk about the DNA that is there, right? We know that DNA that is there is made up of certain sequences, right? The sequence that we talk about is basically the sequence of nitrogenous bases. Don't worry, it's very simple, right? Bases that are there. Now in this particular case, we know that a specific segment of the DNA, right? Or segment or segments that code for a character. Yes, that code for a character. We call this as a gene, right? So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 says that a gene does not code for proteins. Now, how exactly does a gene code for a character? By producing proteins. Oh, below this I can't write. Okay, by producing proteins, right? So, of course, genes code for proteins. 2 is wrong. 3 says that in an individual of a given species, a specific gene is located on a chromosome. End May, what happens? Your DNA is super long. It needs to get condensed inside the nucleus. So eventually what happens? DNA condenses to form chromatin. Chromatin condenses to form chromosome. Yes. So you know that at the end of the day in your chromosome there will be a specific location for a gene. Now will only one gene occupy the entire chromosome? Absolutely not. So in this case, right, if at any point you have options to mention, like you can do elimination method, thereby delete all this, and your correct answer is option B. So are we clear? I hope we are clear. I've explained the concept behind it as well. So let's quickly move on to question number 3, everyone. Okay? Yes, Namandeep. See, I know you are on the top of it, but we need to wait for our friends also, right? So let's quickly have a look at the next question. Leaderboard after 5 questions. Which of the following statement is not correct with respect to variation? Let me underline this now. It is not correct. Don't be in a hurry to give me the correct answer. Ma'am, one chromosome has only one gene. Nahi. In one chromosome, there will be many genes, but they will occupy specific locations. So please have a look at the options and give... Oops. Okay then, have all of you voted or did some discrepancy happen? I hope all of you voted because I can see that many of you have given me the correct answer, right? Now when we talk about variations, right? What are variations? Variations that are there are nothing but they are slight differences, yes? So they are slight differences that occur between organisms of the same species, okay? That means if you look at human beings, we are all under one species, right? And between different individuals of the same species, we observe that there are some slight differences. Now, what results in variation? It is changes in the genetic composition. That is what results in variation. So, this statement is true. Now, variation is minimum in asexual reproduction. True, right? Because we know that basically in asexual reproduction, DNA copying takes place. So, they try to keep it as same as possible. So this right here is also true. Now variant selection by environment factors forms basis of evolution. Now if there is a certain change in the genetic composition, for example, let's say there was let's assume that there was a beetle which had blue color coat, right? But what happened? Suddenly a lot of plants started to grow in and around it. And out of this, one beetle changed its color and became green. So what happened? Now so many plants are also there. Now this green beetle is able to camouflage. So thereby this green beetle is able to protect itself from predators. It's this particular change or this particular variation, right, is now, what do you say, advantageous. Now what decided that this was advantageous? The environment decided it, right? Or rather, the environment played a key role in determining whether it was helpful or no. Which is why in this case, what do we observe? This is also true, right? This is one important factor. Last but not the least, all variations in a species have equal chances of survival? No, not all, right? Some, yes, some could be disadvantageous also. Now, if green beetle became blue, it can no longer camouflage, which means that more predators can come and eat it. So, beetle example is the best one, right? Best one to understand. But yes, some variations. So, small concept, some variations help in survival. That's always best to understand. Now I know there's a 1 second lag. Chotu motu lag is there, but I hope it's not too much. Yes, I will do people as resource also. See, I was sick. That is why there has been a slight lag in portions. Please don't mind, I'm only recovering. So I am trying my best. Okay? Don't worry. Now that I'm full back in health, we will do double, triple Josh mein. Cool. I hope that concept is clear. Are we clear? Can we quickly refresh our screens so that if any lag is there, we will be able to refresh it? Can we quickly refresh our screens and shall we come back? Okay. All good? Awesome. So question number 4, everybody, on your screens now. Okay? Okay. It's assertion reason. No, not assertion reason. Sorry. A normal cell of a human body consists of 23 pairs of chromosomes. The number of chromosomes comes in a sex cell of a human being is most likely to be dash. Easy peasy, right? That is there. Same with Bangaloreans also, I would say. Hey, this is easy. Anmol, I'm not ignoring you, bacha. Amal, all the best for your exam. Okay. Why? How many, be honest with me. How many of you voted for 46? How many of you voted for 46 here? Be honest. Ma'am, I did. Be honest with me. Naina, Prakash, ma'am, not me. 40. How many of you were in a hurry to give me the answer now? Give me the answers now. How many of you were in a jaldbazi to give answer? Ma'am, time to give. Jaldi jaldi say. I will not read question. I will only give answer. This is where your silly mistakes come. Half the time when you are wondering, ma'am, I studied for 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, but I'm not getting marks. Half the time silly mistakes. Why? Because we don't want to read question. We want to make it on top of leaderboard. Or some misclick. Misclick to ho ja, it's happening. No, I mean, it happens. It's okay. Now see, what have they said? A normal cell of a human body contains 23 pairs. That means if we have a normal cell or a somatic cell or a body, any body cell, right? That will have 23 pairs or what is it? 46 chromosomes, right? While on the other hand, in the case of sex cells or in the case of gametes, will we have 46 chromosomes or what will happen? In the case of gametes, especially during sexual reproduction, they've given human body also. So you know it's sexual reproduction. Which is why in this case, what do we observe? In gametes, only half the number will be there. That is 23. They have given you 23 pairs to confuse you. But in this case, the answer is going to be 23. So don't be in a hurry to give me the answer. Aram se, right? Aram se give me the answer. Arey Moksham, Neha, pay attention. Tishan, I did not understand. Theek hai. See, every cell in our body, right? In humans, we say that there are 46 chromosomes. That means all our body cell, skin cell, you take muscle cell, you take neuron, whatever cell you take, you will find 46 chromosomes. Except where? In the gametes, right? Your gametes are in males it is the sperm and in females it is the egg. In the gametes, we will find only half, right? Why do we find only half? Because during sexual reproduction, they have to fuse. So the number of chromosomes need to be maintained, right? So this topic is important. Sex determination and this number of chromosome topic is important, students. Do not skip, okay? Yes. Thank you, Riddhi. Thank you so much. Now, many of you who are not able to understand, did you watch one short video? See, because I am not teaching. I am just helping you apply concept, right? Okay. Now don't worry, if at all there are some issues, we'll do more and more practice. We'll do chapter related practice also. It will help you understand better. Okay, Subiksha is telling, ma'am. One second. Have you guys understood the concept? Yes or no? You've understood the concept, right? Those of you experiencing lag, I request you to close YouTube and open it once again. Okay. Yes, fine. Got it. Yes, you can join now also, don't worry. Ma'am, super fast. And if I go super fast, it will be difficult. Ma'am, yes ma'am, but did not watch one shot. I would recommend that you watch the one shot and come. It will be better, right? Haven't watched it yet. Yesterday, Ankita ma'am took class, no? So you can watch this bit. I'm under the assumption that you guys have watched the class and come. If not, I will make it a point that I explain the questions in detail. Okay? Okay. We will move on to question number 5. Oh, I'm only in question number 5. Have देखा था one shot. हाँ. मैम हमारा मैसेज अब तक नहीं पहुंच रहा है. पहुंच रहा है. I'm able to read, no? Question number 5. After which you have leaderboard. Yes. Okay. No problem. In case if that is the case, no problem, right? Yes, Vinny, I'm able to see your message. ठीक है. Let's have a look. The two versions of a trait which are brought in by the male and female gamete is situated where? Two different chromosomes, sex chromosome, any chromosome, corresponding chromosomes. This is a P by Q question. And Anmol, I will answer your question. I'll answer your question. This is a P by Q. It is slightly tricky. Okay, let me take a minute. How many of you are surprised at this point? Okay. Fine. Not a problem. Just give me one moment. I know what you are thinking right now. The two versions of a trait, right? Now, let me go back. Yes? So, don't worry, we'll do more practice questions. Don't worry. See, let's understand this a little bit in detail. Now we have a character, right? A character is any feature that you see. Hair color, color of eyes, right? Or height of a human being. They are all considered, right? They are all considered to be a character. Now, there could be alternative forms, right? So, we see that there could be alternative forms of the character. Now, when I say hair color, my hair color could be black, it could be brown, it could be blonde, right? So, we could see that there are various types or alternations that you see. So, these alternative forms, right? Alternative forms of a character is what we will call as a trait. Yes? Now, understand this, that there are these traits that are there, or these characters. Information of this character is what will, or what do you say, the information is stored in the genes, right? There are different genes that are there across the chromosomes which have this information in them. Understand? I hope you are all with me. Now we're talking about any two versions of a trait, right? Any two version. Here we are not specifying anything specifically. Now, I have a question to ask you. When two gametes fuse, right? We have male gamete and we have female gamete, right? When two gametes fuse, is it only the sex chromosomes that are coming together and coming together, and they are the ones deciding what is what? Is it only the sex chromosomes, or are 23 chromosomes coming from the male and 23 chromosomes coming from the female? Is it only sex chromosome? No, it's all the chromosomes. 23 here and 23 here. Yes? Now, when they come together, we see that when they come together in the zygote, you'll end up having 46. But these chromosomes that are there, right? We know that there are some which are of similar shape and similar size, right? One from the mother, one from the father, right? And we see that they are of similar shape and size. Now we call them, right, as corresponding chromosomes, right? We will call them as corresponding chromosomes. What are corresponding chromosomes? Chromosomes that are of similar shape and size, where one comes from mother, one comes from father, right? Now here they are saying any trait. They are not saying specific to sex determination or anything. They are saying it is any trait. So that way, this any traits, wherein we have two versions, one from the mother, one from the father. Where will it come from? It will come from your corresponding chromosomes, which are called as homologous chromosomes, right? So we will call them as homologous chromosomes. What are homologous chromosomes? Chromosomes which are of similar shape and size, and they are corresponding. Are we clear? See, Down syndromes, or if you look at Klinefelter syndrome, they are all slightly different, right? They are certain changes that you observe in it. But let's not go into too much detail. Ma'am, why so lazy? I am not lazy. You guys need the explanation. Are we clear? Yes? Are we all clear? Ma'am, what if female gives X and male gives Y? That is sex determination. Huh? That is sex determination. That is different. Here we are not talking about with respect to sex. We are talking about with respect to any trait. So that is what we need to understand. Hopefully I finish it off in 1 hour. I know this YouTube is doing some... I don't know what this YouTube is doing. I am trying my best. Are we clear? Okay. Now let's move on and have a look at our leaderboard. Now see, more than leaderboard, I would like to say that you tell me how much you got out of 5. Like I always tell you, I don't care. I mean, as much as I encourage you all to be competitive in spirit, your takeaway should not be ki I didn't make it to the leaderboard, or my score out of, or my rank out of 100 people was just 80 or 90. Nobody cares how fast you answer in board exams. I always tell you it is about how much you get right. So my focus more would be on how much you have got right. And end may that marks also matter. So I can see that Prince, Ambition, Success is on top of our leaderboard, followed by Bhavna, Pavitra, Star, Divyanshuja, Sudiksha, Sid, AP, and Aman and Purvi, who have made it to the top 10. Very good, all of you, very good, but thank you for sharing. 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, very, very good, 3 out of 5. Wonderful. No problem, Aditya, it's okay, right? Comfy studies, all of you, it's... See, rank is secondary. Abhi, focus on how much I am getting right. Yes, that is what means more. Okay. So very quickly, students, all of you go ahead and hit the like button on the video. Now, I see many of you have just joined, so don't forget to like this video. Now, Punnett square, yes, Punnett square questions are there. Now, see, quickly, what are homologous chromosomes? Homologous chromosomes are corresponding. That means that they are chromosomes which are of similar shape and size, where one comes from the mother and one comes from the father. ठीक है? मेरा नाम नहीं लिया आपने, मैंने full score कर दिया. Small concepts. Very proud. Awesome. Very good, very good. So let's get started. Let's move on to question number 6. We have a total of 15 questions. I may take up to 8:15-ish max, right? Not more than that. Because I think you have one more class with Khushbu ma'am. 15. Jaldi, jaldi. Let's pick up the pace. Okay. Choose the correct option. Assertion, reason. Assertion A says that sex of a child in human beings will be determined by the type of chromosome he or she inherits from the father. Reason being that a child who inherits X chromosome from the father would be a girl, while the child who inherits a Y chromosome from the father would be a boy. What is the answer to this? Hello Simran, hello to everybody who has just joined the class. Let me tell you, this is halwa question. This is halwa. Easy. Nothing to overcomplicate ourselves. Everybody has voted, but Menti loves to wait for everyone. Hello Divyansh. Yes, yes, join right now. Ma'am, this question was there in UT. See, like I said, most of the questions that you will see today are BYJU'S. They are important questions or important concepts that we have covered. Very good, all of you. Correct. So we know that when we talk about sex determination, we've already elaborated on this, but when we talk about sex determination, we see that the father or the we basically see that it is determined by the father, right? Because in the case of females, it is XX. So in the gamete, you can have X or X. But in the case of father, the combination is XY, the 23rd pair that is there. So it could either be X or Y. So during fertilization or during fusion, what will happen? If X chromosome comes from the father, it will be a girl. If Y chromosome comes, it will be a boy. So basically, both the statements are true and R is the correct explanation for A. So very good, all of you. Very, very good. So let's quickly move on to the next question, right? Question number 7 on your screens right now. Let's have a look. Mendelian experiment has come. Mendelian experiment was done of breeding plants where we have violet flowers with flower. So there was a plant with violet flowers in it and one with white flower. What will happen when you cross these two? What will result in F1 generation? Easy. But in this you need to know which will be the dominant character and which will be recessive. If you know which is dominant and recessive, this is easy. Yes, Shiva, Sai Collections. Very good, all of you. Very good. Poll is not coming. Nalini, you have to go to menti.com. Code is there on top. It is pinned in the comments. You can join. Law of dominance. Exactly. See, this is simple. This is not complicated. But those of you who voted for both white and violet, tell me how many of you read this as F2 generation? Ma'am, F2 mein this will happen. Now see. You have, here they have said parent. So if F1 is there, remember this order. You have parent, after parent, you will have F1, then you will have F2, F3, so on and so forth. Okay, easy way to remember. Not going too complicated. Now next up, they have said that there are breeding plants, one which has violet flower and the other one which has white flower. Now remember, violet, I'm sure Ankita ma'am would have discussed this, but it's simple, okay? Violet that is there is basically, what do you say? Violet that is there is dominant, while white flowers are recessive. Now, what do we mean by the word dominant and recessive? Dominant traits are those traits which will always express themselves, right? They will always express themselves both in homozygous. That means if the chromosomes are similar in homozygous condition as well as heterozygous condition, when they are dissimilar also, right? So they will always express themselves. While recessive that is there is something that will express themselves only in homozygous. So when it is small w, that is when it will express, right? Now what is happening here? Irrespective, they are saying that in a breeding experiment, we have violet plants bearing white flowers. What will happen in F1? It will be all violet, right? So all of them are going to be violet. Ma'am, how do you know if it is dominant or recessive? See, we will look at Mendelian characters. He took about 7. So there is a small table which is there wherein normally in exam they will either ask you height, they will ask you seed shape, right? Or they will ask you seed color, right? They'll ask you seed color, or the maximum they will ask you is flower color. So you just need to remember these two, and in that which is dominant and recessive you can learn. What is meant by breeding? Breeding is basically when you are crossing, right? It's when you are crossing. Okay. No problem, no problem. Jaldi bro, jaldi karti hu, but wait, let me also explain. So now I hope we are clear. Okay. Ma'am, rectification needed. No, you don't need rectification. Oh, this was my slide to explain, but never mind. Okay, question number 8, everybody. Let's have a look. Ma'am, question from Punnett square will come. Yes. Ma'am, they haven't mentioned if it is homozygous or hetero. See, if they have not mentioned, best is to take the example of pure breeding plants. Easy way. Genotypic ratio of a monohybrid cross is genotypic in F2. I'll give this to you. F2 generation. Very, very good. Super proud. What happened to others here? Kya hua? Ma'am, confusion, misclick. I don't know what happened. No problem. Arey, non-stop shot. What is non-stop shots? You tell me your name. This was easy. I know this is very easy. Nothing to be complicated. I mean, this is not very complicated. But see, you need to know monohybrid cross, right? Not F1, F2. I gave you the clue also. It's F2 generation. See, now look at our options, right? So let's assume we are taking height of the plant, okay? Now we are taking homozygous dominant tall plant, right? So here these are my parents. Now please don't mind my handwriting. It will go little either udhar. So you have tall and you have dwarf, right? So this right here is your dwarf plant. Now when you cross these two in your F1 generation, right? What will you get? In F1 you draw Punnett square and everything you do. See, you have your dwarf here and you have your tall here, right? End mein you are getting everything which is heterozygous tall. Yes, heterozygous tall. So all are tall. All are tall. So if you look at the genotypic ratio also, what ratio will you take? Everything is tall. So not something you're going to consider, right? But when you take this F1, right? And then you cross it. So I will take two of them from here. I will take two of these and I will cross them. I will make them parents and then I will cross it, right? So then I will get F2. Now in F2 what will happen? F2 is my second generation, right? After parent, first generation, then second generation. So here what do we see? We have heterozygous. Now I know it's not very clear, but I hope it is. Now you have different combinations, right? You have different combinations here. Now you are talking about genotypic ratio, right? Genotypic ratio, which means that in F2, what do you see? You see that you have one offspring which is homozygous, right? So one which is homozygous tall. Now you have one which is, you have two, sorry, which are heterozygous tall. And you have one, I can't write it here, so I'll write it in the side. I don't have place. Okay, I'm erasing this Punnett square. So I hope you can see. I'm erasing the Punnett square, so I hope you guys can see this. Then what do you have? You have one which is homozygous recessive. That means that it is only expressing itself in homozygous condition. Now, what will happen? It will be 1:2:1. Not 3:1:1. You are not getting 3 anywhere. 9:3:3:1 is phenotypic ratio of dihybrid, right? It is different. Now, next one. Many of you are asking me, ma'am, why not F1? Why you took F2? You tell me what is the ratio for all tall? All of them are the same. Can you take ratio? You tell me that first. Can you take ratio? If you have all tall, are you going to take ratio? All are tall, all are heterozygous. Will you take a ratio? Are you going to take a ratio there? No, you won't take. But when you look at the next generation, you see some are homozygous tall, some are heterozygous tall, some are homozygous recessive. Hence, you know by default you are going to be taking your this one. How you will take 4:4? You will not get 4:4. No. Are we clear? Students who are asking me why not others? Ma'am, for phenotype was to be done. How will you take it? Phenotype mein what will you consider? Phenotype mein you will consider tall is to dwarf, right? So here it will be 3:1. Or if you write it ulta, dwarf is to tall, then it will be 1:3. But it depends on how you write it. Okay. Ma'am, 0 is to A. You don't give me random ratios now. Now everybody is giving me some random ratio. But I hope we are clear. Yes. So that is a quick revision of monohybrid cross. With this we will move on to question number 9. Yes. 3:1. Very good. Ma'am, 1:2:1 is genotypic or phenotypic? Phenotypic, Netra. I mean, genotypic. 1:2:1 is genotypic ratio. Okay, moving on. In humans, if gene B gives brown eyes and gene B gives blue eyes, what will the color of eyes be for a person having a combination capital B, small b? Easy. Yes, Moksham. Phenotype means observable characters, basically with the looks, right? Ma'am, in BYJU'S classes, it is called poll. Yeah, Nalini, but here we are using a platform called Menti. BYJU'S classes may we have polls. Very good. This question, ma'am, why not black? Why? See, that is extra, no? They've given gene B. If capital letter is there, if a capital letter is there, it denotes dominance. If small letter is there, then it denotes recessiveness, right? That means it is recessive. Now, there is no concept of black, okay? Think of brown and blue only. Now, if you have something like this, that means this in heterozygous condition, where it is dissimilar, right? This is a heterozygous condition where it is dissimilar. So in your chromosomes, basically what has happened, you've got one chromosome where you have a dominant character, but in one you've got a recessive character. That is what we mean by dissimilar. It's as simple as that. So now what has happened, in heterozygous condition, we see that there is brown eyes. The dominant character will express itself, hence answer here is B. Now many of you are saying green eyes, black eyes, ma'am, what if incomplete dominance is there? See, like I said, those are concepts. They are higher order concepts which do exist, but here we don't need to overcomplicate the question, no? Why do we want to overcomplicate questions? Yes, ma'am, how to tell dominancy? If, for example, in such cases where you don't know, Mendel may, okay, you know, but in such cases, depending on what color is, how the letter is denoted. How the letter is denoted. If capital letter is denoted, it means that it is dominant. If it is given in lower case, it means it is recessive. So that is how you will denote. Ma'am, please options B bola kijiye. हाँ ठीक है. Monohybrid when only one. So here if you see, only one character is considered, right? So that is what we mean by monohybrid cross. See, I know many of you are struggling a little bit. I would recommend that those of you conceptually, if you are struggling, I would recommend that you watch the one shot, right? Yes. Okay. So let's get started. We'll move on to question number 10. Hello, Srimai. Priyanshi, pay attention. Okay. In human males, all the chromosomes are perfectly paired except this one. Which are these unpaired chromosomes? So easy. Very, very easy. Yes, Seema, I'll explain heterozygous condition once again. Now, don't overcomplicate questions. Ma'am, repeat option. Oh, we have large. Many of you got it right. Okay. So now, of course, in this particular case, what do we observe? In males, right? We normally see that they are all perfectly paired. That means your 22 pairs that are there, they are all properly paired. That means that they are corresponding chromosomes which are of similar shape and size, except for the last pair, which is the XY pair, where you have a large X chromosome and a small like a Y-shaped. It's not exactly Y-shaped, it's called as a Y chromosome, right? So correct answer is 3 and 4. Very, very good. So with this, we will have a look at our second leaderboard and quickly tell me how many marks you got or how much you've got correct out of 10. Can you tell me? Jaldi, jaldi say. Okay. I can see Pavitra has now made it to the top, followed by Sudiksha, Adya, Sid, Archita, Prince, Ambition, Success, Purvi, Shivansh, Saloni and Jazz. Very good, all of you. Very good. And this time all correct. 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Very good. 8 out of 10. Proud, proud. Very good marks. Very good, Aditya, Tishan. So, home, it's okay. 6 out of 10, it's fine. But you'll get to know where you went wrong, right? See, today is not about getting to know where. See, forget about others. You look at you. How much you have done, what progress you have made, or where you are going wrong. 8 out of 10, very good. Many of you have got above 6, 7. I'm proud. That's good marks, right? It's very, very good marks. So last 5 questions, right? And we will wind up today's Menti. Now, in the meanwhile, I only want to ask you all one thing, right? Very quickly, I want to ask all of you how confident you are feeling about this chapter. See, I know many of you would have gone wrong here and there, or you would have been like, ma'am, mainly silly mistakes, right? We're able to see, it should not just be about solving questions and getting done with it. It should also be about trying to analyze. Okay, where am I going wrong? What is it that I'm not doing right? Yes? So, we need to understand that. Ma'am, 2% confidence. Arey, don't say that. Ma'am, silly mistakes. But not enough. ठीक है, comfy studies. Okay, 70% confidence. Yes. See, now, one thing that I've understood is that there's some conceptual, what do you say, it's normal to forget things. Not like I'm some, big Einstein mind that I'll remember things all the time. There are things that I constantly refer to because I also forget, right? It's normal to forget. It's normal to maybe miss out on few things. But main thing that you need to identify is that where you need practice. Do I have a conceptual barrier? Am I not knowing the concept? Or is it just that I know the concept, but I'm not able to apply it, so I need little bit more practice? Yes? So these are 2 things. So we will not just learn and do Menti quiz, but we will also analyze ourselves, right? No problem, no problem. Practice makes a person perfect. We know that. But of course, I'm someone who always says that there's no such concept of being perfect, but of course we can strive to be the best version, right? Okay, fully confident. Very good, very good. No problem if you've just joined. Everyone, jaldi say hit the like button on the video. Many of you are here, but you are not liking this video. What is this? I don't ask for much. I only ask for you to hit the like button and the subscribe button, so I know you are subscribed, right? Yes. I will do jaldi when you hit the like button. What is this? Team has spent so much time making some amazing questions. You show love by liking the video, right? Okay, 100% confidence. Awesome. 107 likes. Aditya is too less, no? Okay, jaldi, we'll get started. I'll move on. Yeah, I'll move on. Last 5 questions. So question number 11 on your screens right now. Okay. In P, a pure tall plant is crossed with a heterozygous tall plant. The ratio of pure tall plant to heterozygous tall in F2 generation. Students, you can expect this question in your board exam. Now, what is the ratio that we're looking at? 1:4, 1:2, 3:1, or 1:1? Very quickly. Yes. Okay. Let's have a look at what has happened. Okay, let's see. Now, what is given to us? A pure tall plant, right? A pure tall plant is crossed with this. So, what are we going to get? I think there was an error. It should be in F1 generation. That is where I think the error has come, but let's solve and see, right? So you will get capital T, okay, F2, let's take it, let's observe. Awesome. So now you have got pure tall plant crossed with this. Now when you cross, sorry, I made a wrong cross. So pure tall crossed with heterozygous tall, right? So that is what is given to us, pure tall. Let me go to the next slide. Yeah. So pure tall crossed with heterozygous. So what are you going to get here? You are going to get yes. So you are going to get this combination. So basically in this also you have got this, right? So now when you take these two and you cross it further, what is going to happen? You are going to basically get the same one, right? If you cross this even in F2 generation. So your parents, you take any two and cross it, right? We are going to get this. So going back, what was our question? Our question is asking the ratio of pure tall to heterozygous tall. What is it going to be? Do you all agree? Do you all agree? Yes or no? Easy, right? You cross it in F1, you cross it in F2. What are you going to get? You all agree with me? I know, see, they've just twisted the question little bit. Thodu sa they have twisted it. Once again, I am going to repeat this. What is given to us? A pure tall plant. That means, oh, this Menti, no? Yeah. So you have, this is given to you. Pure tall, yes, and heterozygous tall. So you make the Punnett square for F1. So when you make Punnett square, yeah, I added extra, sorry. So when you make the Punnett square for this, so you have capital T, you have your heterozygous here, right? And then you have your pure plant. So this is pure, yes? So now when you do the cross, when you do your Punnett square, what are you going to get? You are going to again get one which is pure tall, right? One set of pair offspring. Another set which is heterozygous. I'm using a short form, tall. Now you take any of these two and cross it again. What will you get? You will get the same thing. So what is the ratio? Ratio is going to be 1:1, right? Okay, that is the reason or that is the answer. Now are we clear? I hope we are all clear. ठीक है. Now moving on, we will go on to question number 12. Students, don't give up hope. Everybody is like, ma'am, no. Don't give up hope in this case. Now some of you are asking me, ma'am, how could you tell F2 generation? It should be F1. No. F1 may you got two offsprings, right? You got some pure tall and some heterozygous tall. Take those two and cross it. You will get the same thing. Yes? Okay. No, nobody is going to lose their hope. Nobody is saying sad life. We will solve more and more questions, right? We'll solve more heredity numericals. We'll do some complicated ones, but don't worry. Next one I think is a complicated one, okay? Okay, no, this is easy. A recessive homozygote, take a recessive homozygous plant, is crossed with a heterozygous of the same gene. What will the phenotype of F1 be? Take an example, right? So take an example of height and do this. Take an example of height and do this. I like how many of you are giving me the answer with a question mark. Ma'am, A, ma'am, maybe C, maybe B. Ma'am, what is recessive? Oh. But, good. Majority of you got the answer. Yes, okay. Now, students who voted for A. This goes to show, ma'am, because not sure. See, this is easy. This is a very simple one. I know the more I say that, you will be like, ma'am, you know how to solve. That's why you are constantly saying it's easy, it's easy. We are still figuring out. Don't keep saying that. I know you must be thinking that somewhere, but no. I'm trying to break the, aura around the fact that questions are tough. Okay, it's not because I'm trying to show off here in any way, not at all. But I'm trying to make sure that things are made easy for you, right? And I don't want you to look at such questions and say, ma'am, it's too tough for me. Yes? Okay, see, what have they said? There is a recessive homozygote. Just please explain. Yes, Rudraveer, but don't get frustrated about it. Please don't be frustrated. See, we have a recessive homozygote, right? So we have a recessive homozygote. Now, what did I tell you, right? What did I tell you? I told you that homozygote means they are similar, and a recessive trait like being dwarf, right? Dwarf in height, or maybe in pea plants, right? Wrinkled nature of a seed. These are all said to be, what do you say? They are all recessive, and they will only express themselves in when they are in homozygous condition. So let's take the example of height only, right? I told you, take the example of height. So if you have a recessive homozygote, then it is a dwarf plant, right? So you will put it as small t here. So it is a dwarf plant. Now what did they say? We have taken another parent which is heterozygote, right? It is a heterozygote of the same gene, right? It is a heterozygote of the same gene. That means if I'm taking height, then it will be a tall plant, but it exists as a heterozygote. Yes? Now, what have they asked? They are like, okay, you cross this. Now, this is a tall one, right? They are like, you cross this. And what will be the phenotype? So, we will draw a beautiful Punnett square here. Yes? Now, my Punnett square may not be clear. So, we will take the dwarf plant here. So, I am writing D. Yes? Now, I am putting this here. Now, what are you going to get? You will get capital T, small t. You will get capital T, small t here. Then you will get small t, small t, small t, small t. Which means that what is your phenotype? Phenotype may you are getting 50%, right? Half of them are heterozygous tall, right? So, 50% are tall while 50% is dwarf. Do you agree with me? Yes? Do you agree? 50% tall, 50% dwarf. Are we clear? So going back, if I see, I can say 50% dominant, hetero. Now they have not mentioned heterozygous or homozygous. But tall is your dominant character. Recessive dwarfness is your recessive character. Are we all clear? Yes? Are we all clear with this part? Yes or no? Now, this part of the question. Now, see, if you're not able to comprehend it at one go, right? If you're not able to understand it at one go, don't worry. Come back and watch this video once you prep for it. I'll explain the 1:1 question also. Don't worry. Yes? Okay. Now see, ma'am, why not capital T, capital T? Why you took capital T, small t? Because question said that we have to take a heterozygote. It has asked for a heterozygote of the same gene. They have asked us to take heterozygous condition, right? Okay. Now, I'll take 1 minute of time. Students, don't get disheartened. Do not get disheartened here. Don't worry. We will do more questions. If you want the same question, we will do it 100 times. But practice, right? Yes. Are we clear? Ma'am, आपके अंग्रेजी हो? Oh, somebody is behind my English now. Sakshi. See, I can't speak in Hindi. My Hindi is very bad. I'm being honest, right? You would rather, I would say that you would rather have me teach in English only after listening to me teach in Hindi. Shall we move on? Ma'am, what is capital T called as? That is called as homozygous dominant. Are we clear? Kavya, 1:1 question end me. Yes, Anish, we will bring it. See, what is ma'am? Heterozygote and heterozygous is the same. Yes. See, if they say homozygous condition, right? All that is more or less the same thing. Don't worry. Okay, let's move on to last 3 questions. See, there's one bhayanak question that's going to come. That is why I'm waiting. There's one very bhayanak question that is there, and half the time I make silly mistakes, right? I make silly mistakes with that question also. It's on dihybrid cross. It is there in your NCERT exemplar as well. Chances are that this is only the next question. I'll see. Yes, this is the question. See, the question is, now for those of you who cannot see it, right? In Menti, if you are solving it, solve it. Else for those of you who don't, who can't see, I'll solve it, okay? See, now you have 2 pea plants. One with round green seeds and the other one with wrinkled yellow. Okay, this is given to you. Now in F1, what did we get? Everything are in round and yellow. Now what are they saying? You cross this. They're saying you cross your F1 plants. Now what will come? What are the new combination of characters? That is what you need to identify. Yes, I will take one more session, right? We will do more practice sessions. We'll do more question sessions. I'll be doing more of full syllabus revision also. I'm wrong answers frequently, but learned a lot. That's what matters. See, attempt. You have 4 options, sorry. Round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow, wrinkled green. Very good. Very, very good. Yes, hey Harshal, stop all these random comments. Very good. Many of you got it correctly. See, it's actually a little bit of logic, right? Mom, I was just... Yeah, ma'am, this to elimination will also, yeah, exactly. You can do elimination method also, right? You can do elimination method in this question and you can finish it off. But for the sake of teaching you the concept, right? I'll teach you the long method and I'll teach you the shorter method also. Both methods I'll teach you. See, they have given all the story, okay? But what you need to focus is, there are 2 pea plants. You've got one which is round and green seeds, and you have got another one which is wrinkled and yellow seeds. Okay, this is what is given to you. Now they're saying that end May I got some which were round and yellow, right? So we got something which is round and yellow. Now they're asking us to cross, which means we need to do the whole, drill. You need to do the whole drill of drawing your Punnett square. So, 1 second, you have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then you have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So this is what is given to you. So you have RR and YY which is given to you. So I always take 1 as constant. So first I will take R as my constant. So I'll do RY and small r and capital Y. Then I will take, oh wait, this is very confusing. Yeah, RY and RY, right? So write the same thing here. Ta-da. Now you do the whole cross. But what they're asking is, what is the new combination from the parent, right? You had round and, your parent had round and green seed, and you had one with wrinkled and yellow. So basically, whichever says round and green, whichever says round and green, right? So whichever option says round and green, wrinkled and yellow, these are old parental combination, right? These are all parental combination. This is what the parent has, round and green, wrinkled yellow. You need to figure out which is new, right? Which is new. So which is new? Round and yellow, wrinkled and green, which you will get by doing the Punnett square. Elimination method, right? So you can do the cross, you can figure out what is what, but in this case you don't need to go up until the cross. You only need to do elimination method, which is new from the parent, which is not there in the parent, right? This will come for 1 mark, this question. If it comes as MCQ, it will come for 1 mark. If it comes as long answer, which is an option, you will get it for more. Yes? Okay. Activities की long videos. For life process I have done because mainly for life process is where your activity based questions will come. Chapter 15, our environment is there. See, I'll simplify this question, right? I'll simplify. They said that there are two parents, okay? They said that there are two parents, one which was round and green, right? And another one which was wrinkled and yellow, okay? Yellow only, no? Huh. Wrinkled and yellow. They said, okay, I did some Mendelian cross, blah, 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 blah. They did all this. But what are they asking? End May, after I did all my cross, what new combination did I get? Now, one combination in dihybrid cross is to get round and green. Another combination is wrinkled and yellow. So, what else should I do? Figure out what is there, which is round and yellow, wrinkled and green. Just eliminate whichever parental combination is there. Simple, right? Sisters Drawing Academy, if that is an issue for you, if you are not able to learn with me, it is okay. Don't dishearten the others who are learning, right? Yes, we will do Menti on whole science syllabus. How are you predicting what we are planning to do? I want to know. I want to know how you guys are predicting what we are about to do. But yeah, a lot of exam prep series coming your way, so don't worry. Ma'am, these F1 includes what? See, F1 May, what happens? End May, they're asking from parent what new combination you got. You would have got whatever it be. From your parent, you just need to eliminate and figure out. Okay? Now last two, these are easy only. From what I remember. Okay, let's have a look at the next question, everyone. Now we have a pure tall plant which is crossed with a pure dwarf plant. Then what is the percentage of F1 and F2 generation will be respectively be tall? This is only for tallness. They are asking in F1 generation what is the percentage of tall, and in F2 generation what is the percentage of tallness character. Very simple. This is your monohybrid cross which is taken and they have just asked you a question out of it. Don't worry, Neha, still try to attempt and give me the answer. It's okay if you go wrong. Very, very good, right? Now, honestly, tell me how many of you are feeling very happy? Ma'am, I got this right. After those two horrible questions that you asked me, now we feel very good after getting it right. I'm sure many of you here would be like, finally, one thing I got right, no? Yeah, I know how that feeling is. Right, ma'am, not me. Oh, bye, Felix. Okay, fine, yes. Okay. Now, of course, see, this is one very easy. You don't need me to explain much, but I will still explain. See, they said pure tall. Now, always remember, when the word pure comes into the picture, we are talking about homozygous condition, right? Pure means homozygous. Always remember, it is a given, right? Now they said that there is a pure tall plant, okay? Pure tall which is crossed with pure dwarf. So take tallness and this is dwarfness. Now when you will cross and do Punnett square, I am not going too much into detail, you will get all tall, right? So in F1 generation, 100% of them are tall. Yes? So they are asking what is the percentage of tallness or how many of the offsprings are tall in F1. So that is 100%. But in F2, what is the situation? F2 may, to get this, you will have to take your heterozygous tall plants. So now what will happen? You will get this combination, right? Where 75% of it is tall while 25% is dwarf, right? So your 3:1 ratio. So in this case, what do we see? We get 75. So the answer is 100% and 75%. So answer here is option D. Are we clear? Neha, who had a doubt with this, are we clear? Yes. What is Sunita Kumari doing? Sunita Kumari, don't say that. Ma'am, you are saying it is easy from question number 1. Okay. Yes, see, the more and more you solve such questions, the more it becomes easy. Let me tell you that. Okay. Our environment Menti we'll do soon. Okay? Okay, now easy. Okay, no, I will not say that. Let's have a look. You have round and green seeds crossed with wrinkled and yellow seed. The seed produced in F1 generation. Same dihybrid cross, twisted and given in a new way. Simple. This is only question number 15. Okay, so let's have a look. Ma'am, how do genetic code? Purvi, today there were some issues in the studio, which is why we had to postpone it, but it will come out very soon. Rashmi, I'll take your doubt. Very good all of you, very good, right? Yes. Suraj, you pay attention in class first. Okay. Now, normally when you all learn dihybrid cross, right? Whenever you learn dihybrid cross, I'm sure that your teachers, or if you watched Ankita ma'am's video, or even when I teach you, we see that this is how we take it, right? We will take one which is going to be homozygous, right? So one which is all which are pure, round yellow, another one which is, wrinkled and green. So this is how we normally take it, right? But in this question, what did they do? They slightly modified it. They changed it in this manner. But ulta pulta also if you do, right? What will you get end mein in F1? You will get the same heterozygous situation, right? Heterozygous where it is round and yellow, right? Which is why in this case, if we go back, the answer here is option A, which is round and yellow. So easy peasy, right? Yes, we will do concept under 20 minutes also. We'll do revision bites. We will do a lot of it, right? So not a problem. So now, of course, with this, let's have a look at the final leaderboard. Okay. Ma'am, last two? Yeah, I know. Because when we did the tough ones, the rest of it becomes very easy. So now in this particular case, congratulations Saloni, you have made it to the top 10. I mean, you are on top with 12,249 points. Followed by Archita, Pavitra, Sudiksha, Ritika who's the fastest. Followed by Jeet, Shivansh, Nakshatra, Prince and Sherlyn Gregory. Congratulations all of you. Congratulations. Now most importantly, what is your score, right? What is your score? Can you let me know in the comments, right? Let me know how much you have got out of 15. Now most importantly, I know that many of you have some conceptual doubts in this particular chapter. Now I would recommend that you go back and watch Ankita ma'am's video on the same. It will definitely help you out. But in case if you want in-depth concept explanation, maybe some revision bites on some topic, you can let me know in the comments of this video. I'll definitely tell the team and we'll work on it. But very importantly, I want to know how you are feeling, right? How are you feeling after doing this particular chapter? Because of all the chapters in biology, right, for science, heredity is a chapter which seems intimidating. It seems a little scary. It's like your control coordination chapter, okay? Because control coordination at first will seem like, oh ma'am, I can't do this. But later, the more and more you do it, you're like, ma'am, this is so easy. I have nothing to worry about. I know that with heredity also, this is the same thing. So how can we do this? By practicing more. Yes? Suraj, you stop doing this. Yes, I do watch anime, but you guys, I don't think it's the right time for all of you to watch right now. Okay, after last question, we are very happy. Ma'am, 13 out of 15, it's good only, right? It's good marks. Now, I would recommend that all of you watch the one-shot video. It is there in the description. Now, I'll pin it as well. And in case if you want to practice more questions, I'd also recommend that you download the BYJU'S app. The link is available in the comments. Now, if you enjoyed this particular class, don't forget to let me know in the comments of this video. We'll be doing more and more of practice from now on. We will be solving sample papers as well. We'll be solving your practice papers. Two sets of practice papers have come. So we will get into a more of an aggressive mode of board preparation. Now, if you've been with us for so long, and if you feel like you have friends, you have family, you know people who need help, and if you feel that we have helped you so far, then trust me, what's going to come your way in the next 2-3 months, right, is going to be insane. We have a lot of exciting sessions coming your way, lot of practice, lot of PYQs, lot of, I would say, revision bits coming, and all you need to do is just be there with us, right? So do not forget to hit the subscribe button on the video. Thank you so very much for joining. Now, very importantly, I think many of you have a doubt in the 1:1 question. I know I'll do a separate video maybe to teach you the entire concept so that you can just quickly watch that question, right? So thank you so much, everybody. I will see you all soon. Kavya, how about we do it in a different class if you don't mind, because you have Khushbu ma'am's class very soon. So I will wind up because 8:15 Khushbu ma'am has class with all of you. So I'm going to wind up my class. Hoping to see you all very soon. But up until then, take care, lots of love, and bye-bye.